Hi everyone, my name's Marcus Nichols and I'm in Mexico getting HSCT for my multiple sclerosis. Today is day 27. As I sort of said, those who saw my blog yesterday, I mentioned that we're all done. We're just waiting now to go to the clinic on Monday just to say goodbye, basically, and that's it. So today I thought I would talk about HSCT and in particular about having HSCT in Mexico. My understanding of the whole HSCT process and doing the research of the facilities around the world and all the options that are available to you, there is quite a lot. Now, depending on where you're at in the process, due to a lot of trials and things like that, there's a lot of countries that won't accept you. And a lot of people are either going to, at this stage, 3 main facilities around the world, which the 2 main ones have been Moscow and Israel, and now Mexico's come on board as well. So there's now sort of 3 facilities that offer the treatment on a more bigger scale than just sort of 1 or 2 people, or the trial basis and things like that, which can be very hard to get into. The differences I feel of Mexico for me, I'm in the 2nd group of international patients to come through Mexico. So we're quite privileged in lots of ways, although they've been doing the treatment for many, many years. It's only just recently it's been really opened up to international people in a much bigger way. Mexico is the only facility in the world that is 100% outpatient. So no time throughout your treatment do you spend in hospital. Israel is, when you have the treatment, you are in isolation in a hospital for the neutropenia period, for about a week is generally what they have. Moscow, you're in hospital the entire time. And most facilities around the world, you are in hospital the entire time. For me, I was nervous and quite anxious about the idea of being 100% sort of outpatient, just because you sort of think, what happens if something goes wrong, or am I at a bigger risk of infection, and all those sort of things. But I've loved it, and if I was to recommend anyone, I would sort of say this is the absolutely best way to go. It was for me. It may not be for everyone, but being able to be an outpatient meant that I had the freedom to move around the apartment, to be in the bedroom, to be up watching TV, to be sitting at the table, to be doing whatever I sort of wanted to do, and it meant that I was just much more relaxed and much more happy with the whole process. I think if I was to spend the entire time in hospital, it would have been a lot more lonely, because you're there by yourself. Even if people come and visit, at the end of the day, you spend a lot of time by yourself, because people just can't hang out at a hospital with you for the entire day. It's just not possible, and it's boring for them as well. And also that you are laying in a hospital bed, you're in a hospital environment, you're in everything that there is. And it is true, there's a lot more germs in hospitals than there is outside of hospitals. So for me, it's been the most fantastic experience that I can run with, because to comprehend it or to compare it, I don't know, and at the end of the day, I can't compare it to what it would have been like in Israel or in Moscow, but I know for me it was the best decision. The other thing is that if I wanted to go for a walk outside, even during the neutropenia stage, I could. And there's no issues with that. The main thing that you need to do is ideally not open anything, not open doors, not open things. And you've got a carer, and they can open all your doors and be your servant for the period of time. And but getting outside and getting some fresh air and walking in the sun is really, really lovely, and it makes you feel more alive, and it makes the healing process so much better and so much faster. Again, that's for me. It's not for everyone, and a lot of people are going to be nervous of Mexico because of those reasons. Can't fault anything to do with the treatment here at all. At the end of the day, it is new in the sense that it's a new venture between two companies. One is the clinic that has done the procedure for many years, and also a separate company that looks after all our accommodation and transport to and from the clinic and to take us shopping and all those sort of things. Because it is a new venture, I come from a business background. I know how hard it is to start anything like this up. Even for the clinic that's been doing it for many years, it's still a new venture. They've got more people coming through having this treatment than they've ever had before. So for them, particularly at once anyway, for them there's a whole lot of procedures, and for the company itself, it's for the other company that's doing all the transporting, it's all new. There's a whole lot of procedures, there's a whole lot of things that they need to get into place. And, you can't, to the most part, everything ran really well. There's little bugs and there's little flaws and there's things that don't run as well as they could as an oiled machine that's been doing it for a long time. So if anyone is coming to Mexico, and things aren't quite as smooth as you would like, be a bit patient, because give them a bit of flack, or a bit of slack, I should say, not flack. Give them a bit of slack because, they're working it out as they go along as well, and they will refine it. Within sort of 6 months to a year, the people coming through will get a flawless treatment, and that will be great for everyone. So outside of that, it's all been fantastic. And as I sort of said, can't fault any of the staff, can't fault any of the procedures. It's all been absolutely fantastic. Everyone's looked after us really well. And I would highly recommend to anyone that is nervous or anxious about coming here, please don't be, because it is really good. And the environment's really good. It's really friendly. Everyone you meet is really friendly. Don't be nervous or don't be anxious, because you will enjoy it. Okay, so I've blabbled on for enough, but I just sort of thought I'd run over the whole idea of HSCT in Mexico, just to give the people that my feelings on it anyway, and particularly about being an outpatient. So for now, I shall sign off, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks.